Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is still Friday, June 21st, 2024. It's officially the weekend, baby, because I'm off work. Not a party can get started. I'm off. So y'all get ready to do something. Get out and enjoy yourself this weekend. If it ain't nothing just sitting on the porch or sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I'm sitting up here people watching at the Pilot truck stop. Decided to make this video after I just got me some gas, right? And I was watching, as I always do, I was watching a reel, a Facebook reel, no, a YouTube short, something. Where one of the women that was talking about, they were asking the question, what do you bring to the table? And she say, I am the table. You know, one of those videos, y'all have seen them. She said, I am the table. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna take y'all back in time. When once upon a time, that would have been a true statement. When I was a little boy and before my time, once upon a time, just the woman herself was enough for the man. He was happy with just her. She didn't have to do all it. She did a lot of stuff, cook, clean, this and that. That's just what women did back then. But the overall quality of the type of woman that was back then, that old school woman, she was the table. She was it. Once upon a time, a woman was a man's greatest flex. Just having a woman. Because most of the time, the women back then were all on some class type stuff. The loose women, the half-naked women, what's normal nowadays back then was looked down upon. What's normal now was looked down upon back then. Those women didn't get the men. Once upon a time, a woman was the table. Now, not even the table leg. Cancel that. Where you going to, Big Ward? I'm glad you asked. I want to talk about the value or the devaluation of the nookie. When I say at one time the woman herself, she didn't have to have nothing else. She was the table at one time. Because she had that one thing that men valued more than anything. Y'all know where I'm going. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, women possessed a thing, a certain body part, that was more valuable to a man than gold. That was more valuable to a man than diamonds. More valuable to a man than any amount of money. Women possess. They still possess it, but it ain't as valuable no more. Once upon a time, all that woman needed for that man to not want anything else was that honey pot. Them sugar walls. Because once upon a time, men knew, we knew, that if you got some of it back then, you was getting yourself something. You were getting something of value. You were getting something that wasn't really tampered with. It wasn't a bunch of guys went on here and said, yeah, I had some of that. Yeah, I had that. You too, man? Yeah, I had. Yeah, me too, man. Oh, what's the name? Hitting her too. Oh, talking about Big Fred was hitting her too. Hitting her too. My homeboy hitting her too. It wasn't like that. There was once upon a time when a man was willing to work for that thing. A man was willing to wait for that thing. Months, a year. We would wait. Dates, phone conversations, walks in the park, picnics. A lot of y'all ain't know what the hell a picnic is. Once upon a time, in a land far away, a man would go out his way to get them sugar walls, because he knew if he got them, if he wasn't the only one, he was one of the very few that got it from that particular woman that he was after. He knew if he got with her, if he wasn't the first one, he was one of not many. No matter what woman you were talking to, once upon a time, a man knew more than likely if he got it, if he was lucky enough to get it, he knew he was one of a very few select men that's been with that woman. And the ones who had been with her before him was in long term, they was in a relationship, probably got married and everything. So therefore, a woman was in her right, well within her right to say, I am the table. Because she was valuable. Just herself. She had the cooking, cleaning, none of that. Just her. Because overall, the way to a man's heart ain't through his stomach, ain't through cleaning his house, ain't through helping him pay the bills. It ain't none of that. The real way for a woman to get to a man's heart is to have that good, rare, low mileage or no mileage coochie. That's the way to a man's heart. It's nice if you can cook. It's nice that you clean the house. It's nice that you help with the bills, what have you. That's what y'all got to do now, because the coochie ain't got no value no more. So that's why we talking about now, you got to bring something else to the table besides that coochie. The coochie ain't enough. You got to bring something else to the table now, ladies. That's what we mean by what you bring to the table. And when y'all say I am the table, we say Psych your mind with a waterman around. That's why we say nowadays, see, it ain't always been like this. I was living during a time when just you was enough as a woman for a man. He was happy, more than happy, with just you alone. You ain't have to have nothing, all that what you bring to the table stuff, wasn't none of that. Yes, the women back then cooked and stuff like that, but that man wasn't caring about that. That ain't what he was happy with. He was happy with knowing he coming home to that grip that only he hitting. He wasn't worried about a bunch of other men hitting it. Cheating was was looked down upon on a woman. Not saying women didn't do it, but any woman that found out to be doing it, Lord have mercy. The way people looked and talked about her. Men, it's always been, I know, ladies, I know. Y'all, we men. It's a different, yes, it's a double standard. Just like it's a double standard for women too. A broke man ain't looked at the same as a broke woman. A broke woman gets sympathy and mercy. A broke man, that's sorry piece of shit. That's a double standard too, in women's favor. So there are double standards in a man's favor. A man sleeping around is a player. A woman sleeping around is a hoe. It is what it is. A broke man is a bum. A broke woman, poor her. It's a shame she was that old sorry ass man. She needs to leave that man and find somebody that can help her. Double standard on both ways. And it's cool. Now back to the topic at hand. So you women that's wondering why, when the man says, what do you bring to the table? And you talk about you the table, and we say, no, that ain't enough no more. It's because the coochie, the sugar wall, has lost all its value. It don't have value no more like it used to. Because it's spread out too thin now. It's like something that's rare has more value. A woman that hasn't been with many men is a high value woman. A woman that's bodied up, which is most women nowadays, not all women, most. Modern women now. I'm gonna say all modern women, bodied up. No value. You are not the table. You're not even a table leg. So when we say, what do you bring to the table? That's why we want more than just you. You're not enough anymore. You used to be. Women once upon a time was a man's greatest. And when I say possession, I mean that y'all belong to us. When you was with us, you were mine. So once upon a time, a woman was a man's greatest possession. Nowadays, she can be his greatest embarrassment. Make him look like a complete idiot, a complete fool, a laughingstock amongst his peers. When once upon a time, a woman was a man's greatest possession, his greatest prize, his greatest objective, his goal was to get that woman. The car, the job, the house, the career, the education, everything a man did back then was just to get that woman. Now we do the same thing, but it's just for ourselves only. It ain't for the woman no more. She ain't worth it. Not these women. We do all that, not a job, the car, the house, the clothes, whatever, for us. When once upon a time, it didn't matter to us like that. We were doing it because we wanted that woman, and we knew that what it needed. We had to have to get that woman we wanted because she was of that much value. She was the diamond. She was the value. Not the job, not the car, not the clothes, not the house. That wasn't the value to us. She was. We wanted those things to be able to provide for her because she meant that much to us. We wanted her to have those things. We wanted her to have a nice car, nice house. We wanted her to have plenty of money in the bank. We wanted her to have whatever she needed. And men back then went out and did whatever they had to do to make sure she had it. See, a lot of women think men nowadays are just sorry, broke, because they don't want to give you nothing. Because we don't think you're worthy. You don't deserve it. Get your own money. I ain't getting your mine. But back then, a man was proud to give a woman his money. He looked forward to it because she meant more to him than the money. The woman carried more weight, more valuable than any of his other possessions. She was his greatest flex. Not his car, not his house, none of that. He got all of that for her. He wanted her to have all that because she meant that much. She was just that valuable at one time. Ladies, y'all have lost your value. But in your younger years nowadays, you're out here getting it popping, having fun, having a good time, doing what you want to do, doing anything a man can do. You have no value no more. The sugar walls, they're turned into salt walls. It ain't sugar no more, it's salt. And it has no value anymore. It's lost all value. A man get it now. Nowadays, a man ain't willing to do nothing for it. These guys don't even want to take you on a $30, $40 date for it. He want to just come straight to the house, first time talking to you, let's go to the crib. Let's go here and go and get it popping. He don't want to do nothing for it. Don't want to put forth no effort, no work. It ain't his fault. It ain't our fault that we don't want to put in no work for it no more. Because once upon a time, men looked forward to that. Men wanted to outdo the next man to make sure the next man couldn't get his woman. Now we don't want to do nothing for it because it has no value. I'm not putting in hard work for something that somebody can get for a little nothing. I'm not overpaying for it. Why would you go spend $100,000 for a car somebody else got for $5? I want it for $5 too. So y'all around here, modern women around here, just thinking it's okay to sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. All you doing is devaluing yourself. You're lowering your worth to now where men don't want to do nothing to be with a woman. We just want you to give it to us. I don't want to call you. Don't want to buy you nothing. No dinner, no movies, no date. Women tell my men don't date no more. That's why. Men nowadays feel like a woman ain't even worth a date no more. Is it men's fault that y'all have to value yourself through feminism, trying to be like a man to where now you're not women no more? We don't want to date other men. Women are acting like men. Y'all too masculine. Y'all doing manly things. So we don't want to do all that for another man. We want to do all that for a woman. Where the women at? Like y'all saying, where the men at? Where the women? I know these other men are. I'm talking real men. I'm talking about the scrubs and busters. They can't do nothing for nobody no way. I'm talking about the real men ain't putting in no work for y'all no more. I ain't out here trying to date no goddamn body. Work my ass off to go waste my money on some pookie hit for nothing. Y'all out here shopping for biggins. I see you on Facebook and stuff. He ain't working with nothing. I need a man with 8 of them. I need a man with 9 of them. Y'all just, it's just all about just laying up getting drilled. And I'm supposed to place value on that. I'm supposed to risk my life for that. My livelihood for that. Everything I worked for that. When y'all out here just laying with dudes because they look good, and I'm a benefactor of that. I ain't complaining because I done got plenty of it just on that. But I done respect you. Wasn't willing to do nothing for you. Let's get that understood. This is not directed towards the few good women that's out here. To the good women that's out here, I applaud y'all. As men, we applaud y'all because we know how hard it is to maintain and stay, because y'all got so much coming against y'all, putting y'all down because y'all staying women. Society is against the real woman, just like it's against the real man. If you're a real woman out here, I know y'all up against it. I know y'all are being influenced to get out here and be a 3 or 4 like the rest of them. And y'all refusing to sell yourself short. As you say, you're not gonna settle. It ain't that you ain't selling for these bullshit men, you ain't settling for society. And the way our new society say you should be as a woman. Y'all ain't settling for that. And I applaud y'all for that. The women that are holding on to their morals, their virtues, their class. I celebrate you. We celebrate you. The men do. We're proud of you. The women that are still holding on to their virtue. The women that are still holding on to their class. That's not going to fold and give in to this modern society. This feminist society that says it's okay for you to lay with any man you want to anytime you feel like it. And it's okay. Can't nobody say nothing about it. Can't nobody judge you. You're not falling for that. You didn't fall for the okie doke. I love you. We love you. If you haven't heard it, you need to hear it as much as possible. You are loved. You are respected. You are what's needed. I am sorry for the men you have to pick from nowadays that's had to come in contact with your counterparts. To where a man don't respect no women. But I do. I know better. And there are some men out here that know better. We know there's a few of y'all still out there. Keep fighting the good fight. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the temptation because it look like the 3 or 4, the hoes are winning. All the men running after the hoes. That's called they easy. It is what it is. So I'm not talking about all women. Y'all know how I do. But to the rest of y'all, as men, we don't even feel like y'all worth a $30 date. Y'all be the main one talking about men don't even want to go on dates no more. Don't want to take you to the movies. Don't even want to take you out to dinner. As soon as you meet a man nowadays, he talking about straight to the bedroom. That's why. Because the modern woman has devalued womanhood to the point where it has no value to a man anymore. When once upon a time a woman was the greatest thing a man could have. Now, it's like the worst. To a lot of men now, just done with women altogether. If they got places they can go pay for some and be done with it. And let her go on about her business. That business right now is booming. If you into selling the business, you doing mighty well. You just ain't telling nobody because you don't want nobody to know your business. If you a woman in in that business, if you standing on that business, you doing really well right now. Cause men ain't out here looking for no relationship. They ain't putting no value on no, I'm finna settle down with you. Like I'm the only one that had that thing. When I'm settling down with you for to get it, when all them other dudes, all they had to do was come through when you was out there having fun and they got it. Now I'm in here playing daddy. I'm playing husband. I gotta do all that to get it. But Pooka and Ray Ray ain't had to do nothing. But just be cute. And have big wood. And smoke a bag with you. We ain't doing that no more. Coochie has lost its value. It's worthless. Get it, got it, good. Bye.